You were listening, right?
Absolutely.
Good. Well, if you can keep up what Jerry has initiated, and probably even down the road, take it even further, the parents and the citizens of Port Hueneme will be thrilled about it. You were a principal, and you are transitioning to superintendent. What do you find the most intriguing thing so far in that?
Well, you know, I was really fortunate in that the school board appointed me to the position almost 2 years ago. And so as I kind of made that shift in my role, I was able to always have a big picture perspective. When I was at Bard School has a really nice representation of students in the community. It's almost a mini Hueneme school district. You have students from the military base, you have students from the homes right around here. It's a really diverse area. So going from the smaller environment to the larger environment, I've been able to translate a lot of that going through. Dr. Dannenberg has been wonderful as we transition through, bringing me in on all of his decisions and being part of that process. And I think I am going to be able to benefit from a mentor program that most people going into this position would not have had that opportunity.
Wow, that's really helpful. Really, really helpful. What, as you see it, and a lot of times people coming in, you're the forest for the trees type of thing, where somebody entering the forest for the first time sees different trees. What's the most pressing issue you see that you think you'll have to focus on in the beginning?
You know, I think that, and I don't know that it's a new thing, but I think we live in a day and age where we are having to prepare students for jobs that do not exist. And you are always having to sort of keep up with the times, and we're looking at, as a K-8 district, what do our students need to be able to do to be able to be successful in high school? Because we want to be able to set them up to succeed post-high school. The board recently went through a process where we, together with a number of stakeholders, developed a new vision and mission statement. So as I look at the fall, that's kind of job one, to really start implementing that. There's 3 key words in that mission statement: inspiring, empowering, and thrive. The vision is to inspire and empower all students to thrive every day. So when I think about what is pressing, I think about our students and wanting to make sure, what do we need to do to ensure that they thrive in whatever choice they want to make post-secondary education.
I remember that when I was going through all levels of school, I was really impressed at how the teachers did that for us, and then how our parents followed up and made sure, because there seemed to be very good communication between the parents and the schools when I was going there. And what would you say to the parents, how they can best help make their children in the school district even better for themselves and for the kids coming up?
Well, I think that really successful, not just public schools, but any school, that it's a real partnership, that it takes the whole community to educate a child. And so I think that close collaboration between parents, community members, and the school is going to strengthen what we're going to be able to provide for students. What type of things are available for students after school? Are parents able to provide a place for their child to do homework? What type of library services are available? So I think it's a partnership between all of those different groups.
That is probably the next to the teachers that the parents have to follow up.
Absolutely.
That is fabulous. Jerry, I know that you sort of touched on it, but there are demographic trends. What do you see in Port Hueneme, and say go back 5 years ago versus 5 years from now? What do you see happening?
Well, I don't see a huge change in Port Hueneme as far as the numbers of students. I think we're going to be pretty consistent within 2 or 3 percentage points each year. What we have to do, and what Christine and the staff's going to have to do, is they're going to have to keep an eye on any future development that goes on in the community. And I guess fortunately or unfortunately, there are no real large projects. Only one on the books right now that might get off the ground, might not, because it's going to require Coastal Commission approval before it can even be considered. But Other than that, you know, we only have little lots that are gonna make, you know, small numbers of possible homes, which won't generate a lot of children. You know, years ago, if you had a single family home, you could count on getting 3.4 kids per home out of each home. We're down to less than 0.25% of a child for each home. And so that's been very consistent for the 14 years I've been here. I don't see that changing much.
Just your final thoughts, Christine. Tell us, you know, one thing that you see in the far future that you would like to get on. I know you mentioned getting the kids directed into the ever-changing world. The jobs change, the markets change. One other thing that you think is going to be new and different that you have to look at?
You know, I think that kind of continuing to move the emphasis towards, you know, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, in order to really make that a reality, that we need the community's partnership to be able to do that. In order for students to be able to make that real world connection, we have to have real world resources to bring to them. And the school district relies on the community to be available to that.
Great, thank you, and best of luck.
Thank you.
And Jerry, thanks for all your work.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
And what is your final thoughts before you ride out into the sunset?
Well, you know, I feel blessed because as a superintendent, often you don't get to see who's going to follow you. And not only do I get to see that Christine is following me, but we've hired a replacement for our key personnel person, a gentleman by the name of Dr. Carlos Dominguez. Actually, he was a principal in the district and then left and has now come back. I think that speaks well for the district. And then we've just hired Danielle Brook to replace Christine, who is a seasoned business manager from 2 other school districts and a CPA. So I'm really feeling that the district is actually going to be in much better hands than when I ran the district. So I'm very proud of that fact that I can leave the district knowing that everything's going to be okay.
Good. Well, that's awfully humble of you, but thank you very much, and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
And what we plan to do, and I'll work with Christine, is every 3 months or so, we'll get a feedback from her in the school district as to what's going on, and try to report it to you, either with her coming in or them sending us a press release that we can let the parents know what's going on. So thank all of you so much for watching this show, and until next time on Hello Port Hueneme, thank you very much.